So in a recent lesson we were studying narrative theory and narrative theorists. These included Todorov, Propp, Strauss and Freytag. So these people all are famous for studying narrative structures, and what they found is that narrative structures of short films they don't really fit into feature lengths, as they are obviously made for feature lengths, so they don't fit into short films. This shows that short narrative is very different and unique compared to feature lengths, so we can't really compare the two. So the Freytag narrative is a triangle shaped thing, and it's A, exposition, B, introduction of conflict, C, climax, and D, resolution. And then Todorov stated that all short films start on an equilibrium, which is basically the start of the scene, which is always unproblematic, as it's what the audience assumes as normal. And then my media teacher gave us some tips, for our narrative, and she suggested that we keep the narrative the shorter and the simpler, and therefore it'll be better, as it's not going to be too complicated, so there won't be too many narrative hooks to hook onto. It also needs to be very visual, as obviously you're only there for 5 minutes, so the visuals are key. And you need to use camera work, sound, mise-en-scène and editing techniques to use emotion to get the audience involved, and we need to make them care for our characters where applicable. You also need to make sure you tell a story, although you're using a simple narrative. Another point of short films is where they put a normal narrative into a weird setting. For example, in a short film I've recently watched, which I'm afraid I can't remember the name of, it is with a schoolboy crush, but then in a zombie apocalyptic world, which obviously puts a huge twist on a very normal and basic storyline. So these are some things I've learned about narrative theories and structures from my research.